It's July, and I'm doing a garden tour. Not because I want you to look at anything, but because I need to see what things are doing in July. I'm very tired today. So, let's get started. I got 3 rocks, these little ones. This one, and this one done out of all of these. Well, I'll walk along the ones that have been dug in for however many years this house has been around. Great. Some plants are still in their nursery pots, but they need to go in because things are getting hot. Can you hear the AC? We put a bucket below it because we do collect the moisture that comes out, and we use it for watering the plants. If that's a disgusting, awful thing to do, leave it in the comments because, hey, I've never researched it. I just did it. Things are pretty lush, but things are looking a little rough. We've had some really dry weather. You can see this area's, everything's out of the nursery pots here along the side. It's in there. It's in there and things look happy. Look, we've got some morning glories. See, they're open. Anyway, look, we got the vanilla strawberries starting to hydrangea itself like crazy. We've got a new chandelier thing that I need to put solar lights in. It's got a vine growing up it. We got some foliage in here. You know what that is? Can you see it? Let me see if I can zoom. Mm-hmm. Do you see that? Do you see that? Yeah, we're doing that. We're doing that. That's what we're doing. Here's my workstation. I got that floral shovel a couple weeks ago. It's the best thing I've ever gotten. So, okay, guys. I'm a little crazy about poison ivy. I've never had poison ivy. My husband's had poison ivy. Rumor has it is that on my granddad's side of the family, on my dad's side, we don't really get rashes from it. But I don't want to put that to the test. And what do I find in here but white little flowers with some 3-petal with the mittens, blah blah blah. Like it's all like I don't like it's all around in here. So like look at this. Can you see that? That's really close to my foot. That's poison ivy. And I was just in there yesterday. See, we've got a lot of lovely vines. Like we've got this yellow archangel, which is beautiful, yada yada. Like there's a lot of foliage in here that I'm trying not to touch because I don't want the bittersweet to make it all the way to the front. But that's what happens on the edge of deep foliage. That's where you find your poison ivy. So there are other things in the yard that I thought were poison ivy, but then find out they aren't. And now I see this, and now I'm like, okay. All right. Well, we got beautiful sun cups. Look at the sun cups. And the lilies are putting on stuff. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, let's talk about something that I want to do. I want to get in here with some window boxes. Because every time I think about planting up here, I even buy plants and then I sit them here for months. And then let's just talk about the distraction that I need to make. Because look at that foam. I still haven't cut it off. It's just water damage. We should have replaced it before we put on the gutters, but we didn't. Maybe we like making mistakes. Maybe that's just Generation X. I don't know. But now, of course, I'm like looking for more poison ivy. That's just, yeah. I'm trying not to be upset about it. There's a bee. Hi, bee. Do you see him? He's like in the flea bane. That's why I let it grow. Okay, so we got to get in here with some window boxes so I can make something pretty and distract the eye from like bird feeder, water bath, bird stuff. Anyway, I'm not that upset. I'm just cranky. Because I know I can't drink, like I feel that gross today with the humidity and everything that I can't even drink coffee. Do you ever get that way? There'll be lots of tea. Tea will be had. Bug following it. I think it was a lightning bug. I don't know what these things look like. I just make habitats for them. Bittersweet. That's all I'm staring at. I need to look at something positive. Okay, let's look at something positive. That's what the garden's for, isn't it? You come out here and you just get lost in stuff. Tall garden phlox. Yeah, there's a couple pieces of bittersweet in there. But we will get to it. Look at the flea bane. Look at how pretty that is. They're just these cute little daisies. And they just grow wild. And now you see, when we first moved here, I thought that this was poison ivy. But this is wild raspberry. We got some deadly nightshade in there too. I have not... I need to come out and weed. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. My body is just rejecting life left and right. I'm just too tired. I haven't weeded my path this year. This is all just kind of wild. We've been kind of busy with some life stuff. Those are cute. They're still in their nursery pot, but the blue flowers there, they're going crazy. I don't even remember what it's called. Should I reach in here and find out what it's called? Because I still have the tag. All right, then. Yeah, so our dog had to have an operation. She had a growth on her face. At first they thought it was fine, but then when it got time to have the actual operation, see, we have another AC. It's 86% humidity out here today. First thing in the morning. Anyway, dog had to have an operation. And they sent it out for a biopsy. It was cancer. She's fine now. But of course, you know, my mind is like, you know, she's 10. She's a lab. Things aren't going to get any easier. So we look at the white campion and the bugs on the ferns. Do you see the bug? He's happy. He's having a good day. Yeah, so it's been a lot of, you know, nursing and making sure she's okay, and she had to wear a cone and yada yada. Let me take you up on the ridge. Have I ever taken you up on the ridge? I don't think I have. We got some crazy stuff up there. Look at all these. I did not plant these. I think they're goldenrod. No, wait. Those are goldenrod. So what are these? Well, if you know, leave it in the comments. This is interesting. I try to learn how to identify things by foliage. Don't forget, I'm really new to this. And especially like letting all this stuff grow. Like, I think the first couple of years this did not grow because we were having a bit of a drought. So that happened. And now everything grows. This planter's in rehab because it was up against the black shed. And when the sun hit it, it fried it a little bit. We got the calamint, which is the most beautiful thing I think I've ever purchased. Smells like mint. It's technically mint. It's edible, but it doesn't spread like regular mint. So it only spreads like 2 to 4 feet maximum. And we got the heuchera that we rescued from the Buddha garden because I thought it was dead after winter, and obviously it's not. So I put it in this little planter. And then we've got a little bunny sculpture next to the Deutzia, I think that's how you pronounce it. We've got our little bird feeding station. We've given up with the hanging feeders because bears come through and take them down. So now we have this little table where you can put out a cup at a time and the birds come and eat, and then it's all gone. So bears can't come and, I mean, they can look for 5 seeds if they want to look for 5 seeds. We've got some little climbing false buckwheat. It just grows here naturally, and I'm just letting it. Oh, and the gifted diamond hydrangea. I can't wait for this thing to get its blooms because look at how juicy these leaves are. It's doing so well. It's very lush. Very lush. And that was a wonderful gift. We had to dig it out of the person's yard, but that's okay. Hinoki cypress. It's kind of prickly. This is an oak tree that grows back every year. I just use it as a bush until I get sick of it or it blocks my view of something pretty. And then I chop it. There's another one over there. I'm not interested in digging out those roots. I think that would be a ridiculous job. There have been thoughts of just drilling holes and then putting Epsom salts in. But that's as far as my interest goes. Wild things. I think that's St. John's wort, but I'm not 100% sure. And we've got the Adam's needle is about to bloom. We're at 1,000 feet elevation. So what is it? Is it July 10th? Maybe. Something like that. We've got random bag. Of course, this was from carrying all those pots home. But it was dirty, so then I left it outside. I haven't cleaned it yet. Got some stuff going on. But these are canna lilies. A client gave them to me last year. And I put them in the basement over winter. And there's so many of them, I'm just bringing them out little by little. And there's this little thing. It's like the other thing over there that was fried. And then we've got our chicken. And then the dead Japanese Paris. I don't know why it died. I haven't replaced it with anything. So I've just left the branches. Because, I haven't had time. Planted up some grass along with the candy tuft. And the candy tuft pretty much got eaten by something. But I'm glad I put the grass in there with it. Because otherwise it would be not much. Mint. I do like smelling the mint. Can we smell it? Can we smell it? It smells good. It's the chocolate mint. There's some more grass that I just threw in a pot because I had a pot and I knew what was in it wasn't going to grow back. There's our bee on our twig trellis. We've got some cool lanterns. Looks really cool at night because you see the string lights, the little balls. Butterfly bush. I have to prune it, I have to plant it, and then there's clematis in the back. That will go up the trellis. I want to get another one, a sweet autumn, for the other side. So that one side blooms at one time of year and then the other, but there's foliage, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Rose of Sharon. And then the utility area back of the shed. I got this leftover bits that I took off of the dog fencing. those I have a very specific plan for. It's basically the spare part area. Got the new little blue spruce. Got this clematis is just like loving life. Like, here's what it's called. I left the tag because, you know, Venosa Violacei. I don't know. Anyway, that's what it is. And I recommend getting millions of them because look at it. There's very little wrong with it. And I planted up the pot that it's in with some sedum and some grasses. And then there's the fairy head. And then there's the weed I have to pull. And then there's more mint from last year that came back, but it grew out the bottom of the pot. I'm fine with that. You do your thing. I love it. We got some of the clematis has gone down there. That I'm fine with that too. I like the purpley blue with the yellow. Got some goldenrod coming up through. I don't care. Let it do its thing. Anything's better than poison ivy. That little tree was super teeny tiny when we first moved here and we decided to leave it. More canna lilies, cardboard for spray paint, blah, blah, blah. We're back at the other side of the house. Let's go look at the bacopa. I love these little pink flowers. Look at those. They're like pinky purple, the yellow in the center, a couple petunias. They just keep doing their thing. They love the sun. They don't mind being against a hot building. The black building. What do they call that? Feverfew? The daisies. That was a gift last year. And we've got another one of the little dwarf Brutus spruce. We've got some phlox in there and some sedum and another kind of limping along. I don't, deciphering why things have yellow leaves as long as the rest of the plant seems to be enjoying its life. It's growing like inches per day, so it's doing what it needs to do. I'm not gonna fiddle too much because I'm still new at this and it seems intimidating, I guess. We got the sweet autumn clematis. It's making its way up and around so that it can go up and around. And I've been working on figuring out storage for all of the leftover nursery pots because I have had use for them. All this will get organized. It's much better than it was like 2 weeks ago. But the fact is that there is no storage. So you have to build storage. So I might take that log rack and put something across the bottom and then stack all the pots over there by that old sled. Did you see the deer? This is my view from the kitchen. Oftentimes it goes right through the wreathy thing and I can see the deer, because, yeah. Anyway, there's lots of grass growing this year. Some wild violets. I'm going to pull that out and put it somewhere pretty. But, yeah. The plan was this year to excavate out that lump of a hill and then take all of this and put it over there. But we never truly allocated money towards digging it out. So I've just been doing it when I have time and when I have strength. Doing it one bucket at a time. We'll put all of our wood pile for the fire pit here because it kind of looks nice and rustic against the trees. And then we got these cute babies. Hosta. I think that was one of the $7 ones from Home Depot. Yeah, you want to see one of our flea market finds? Froggies dancing with candles. And little bird cage. I think I'm going to put a tea light in there. I don't know. Geranium and sedum. We've got a Joe Pye weed over there and some baby's breath. Stuff that still hasn't been planted. See, I need that dirt from over in the other area to come over here and fill this all in. All that tall grass. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I want to put some there because I've got some there. That should be a pampas grass, a dwarf one. Hydrangea, Russian sage, more pumpkins, some weird white plant that's, I don't think, not enjoying the afternoon sun. Foxgloves I have to trim, another hosta, gomphrena and vines. I need to plant those vines somewhere else. The spruce I put in this year, and it's getting nice and fluffy. This is going to be interesting. This is purple hyacinth bean. I've got a bunch going around, and I hope it makes it all the way up to the top. We're maybe a little less than halfway there. But that should be nice in the fall because it'll have purple flowers and big purple beans. You can see how I hid the landscape light behind the old trunk. Fairy house. How you doing? Good morning. More hostas. And this is new. Since the last tour, I'm pretty sure. This is an oak leaf hydrangea. Same person who gave us the big hydrangea way back up on the hill. She said, hey, do you want an oak leaf? And I said, hey, yes, I do. It's on my list. She says it never bloomed for her. But it could be because it didn't get enough sun. Or it could be because she kept trimming it. I've read that you're not supposed to trim these. You're supposed to let them get to their 8 to 10 feet or 6 to 10 feet around and tall and just let it do its thing. Maybe that's why it didn't bloom. It doesn't bloom on new wood. That's my guess. But anyway, it's doing well, and we're just going to let it do its thing because it's filling in a space for us. We've got, we cut back some flowering perennial thing. I don't think the tag is with it, so I can't tell you exactly what it's called. It was pretty. That's all I have to say. And next to it, we chopped down a honeysuckle that went into shock. But I'm not really worried because there's already a piece of it coming up. And honeysuckles go crazy. We've got 2 of them, and they're like maniacal. They laugh at me when I trim it back because it gets, grows like 6 feet in a year. Anyway, do you see that white tag? It's supposed to be a red maple. The tree I got, I think, for free from the Arbor Day Foundation, and nothing's happening with it. That I think should be a whole nother video because I'm still trying to figure out what to do with the things that did survive from their packaging and what didn't. There's my Shadowlands hosta. For me, personally, I need to talk about this. I put this in, it didn't like the light, a couple of the leaves fell off and then all these leaves came back and now it seems like it's fine. I don't know if it's fine. I'm just going to leave it. Japanese painted fern. Look at how cute that is. I'm hoping it will send off lots of spores and fill in like as much as it wants to. And coleus. I knew you had flower spikes, but I didn't know you were that pretty. Yeah, I just bought like a flat of it from Home Depot because there was not much else that looked healthy. And I put it in with the arborvitaes just to fill up space. Flower that went over from the hosta over there. Yeah. Here's another hydrangea, but yeah. It's not looking as bouncy as it was the other day, but oh my God. Look at how beefy that flower is. Look at how beefy that flower is. I like beefy flowers. Trees trying to make a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Do. This is cool though. Come here, look at this. In with this hydrangea, the June hydrangea. There's some sort of volunteer plant in there. I don't know what it is, but it looks kind of pretty. I don't mind it at all. More coleus with its cute little flowers. Look at the flowers. I didn't realize they'd be purple. I love it. Okay, look through the twigs. Do you see the arborvitae? That one's not doing as well as the one on the other end of the fence. So I keep watering it. Hopefully it won't die completely. But on there, right there, on the edge, there, it's a bugs, excuse me, climbing hydrangea. Shh, don't tell anyone. And then there's this. Jeez, don't you wish I could drink coffee today? I wish I could drink coffee today. This look pretty white flowers. I like that. Which variety are you? We need to talk about you. Beach boy. Hi, you're pretty. There's another little one. Look at the variegation. This one is a Legion fog. They do kind of look foggy. You're so pretty. That's going to be a frog habitat if I ever get to making it with the moss. If, who knows? I'm very doubtful. Look, the picnic table almost looks clean. We've got a big plan, guys. If we can figure out how to do it. Look. I can't even see it in here. Oh no, that's how big it is. The gap between the trees on the other side. The thought is to string some cafe lights. But that's a big space, man. How are we gonna do that, dude? I'm already defeated. Already, boom, defeated. Boom, defeated. Yep. I don't want to talk about anything else now. I want to go inside and cry. There's been too much going on. I can't keep track. I know. I got lots of plans and lots of creativity, and this is where these things all start. But then I get tired because stuff ends up interrupting me. They say that's ADHD. I don't know. You know what I'm going to do, though? I'm going to focus in on this little buddy. And I'm going to call it a day. Because this is almost 30 minutes. Thanks for coming with me for my walk around the garden and listening to me complain. Lots of love. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you want. Have a nice day. Bye.